I'm General Frank Grass, and you're watching DNG News.
Good day, Delaware National Guard, and welcome to the February 2014 edition of the DNG News. I'm here at Legislative Hall, where Governor Markell will deliver his State of the State address. This building was created in 1931 during the Great Depression. However, construction was not completed until 1933. Since then, there have been several additions and many renovations. The Delaware National Guard started the new year off with a visit from the Chief of the National Guard Bureau, General Frank Grass. He was in Delaware to attend the 15th Annual Senior Leaders Conference. Take a look at this story from the 101st Public Affairs Detachment about the conference.
Best thing I get to do is to come out and work with the states. What great National Guard we have today, 463,000 strong around the world. Recently visited with a number of your units in Afghanistan, see the great work you do here at home, and it's truly an honor and privilege. And I want to say thank you to the men and women that serve in the Delaware National Guard, the first state, as well as to their families and their employers. Thank you.
Leaders of the Delaware Army and Air National Guard participated in the 15th Annual Senior Leader Conference.
General Grass thanked Major General Vavla and the Delaware National Guard for all the hard work and effort over the years. He also recognized and explained the importance of the National Guard, highlighting both the federal and state mission. General Grass shared his top 12 traits for leaders. He advised leaders to connect to the audience, understand them, empower them, and trust them. General Grass also challenged Guardsmen to lead in a tactical, operational, and strategic environment. General Grass ended by reminding Guardsmen to balance their lives and not take family or community for granted. Over 500 members of the Delaware National Guard attended the event. Participants interacted with senior leaders and guest speakers.
Today is a very important day because of the way things are changing in terms of our force structure and our economy, the way soldiers have to be educated. Being an older soldier, I don't mean to say that, as a bad thing, but being an older soldier, we need to worry about getting our younger soldiers up to where they need to be, not pass on our bad habits to try to instill good habits with them. I also appreciate spending time with the senior leaders that I've never met before. That's a good thing. There's a lot of Air Guards that I've been in for 27 years now, and they've been in for the same amount of time. I've never met them before. Never. So it's good to get to know each other and see what's going on with the Senior Leaders Conference. I encourage it. It's just awesome. I feel honored to be here.
Soldiers and airmen also watched a year-end review, recognizing their accomplishments throughout the year.
I'm really excited to be invited to the Leadership Conference. This is my second year. Obviously, I'm a new officer, but I've been enlisted for several years. It's unique to be able to be given this opportunity to see things from a top-down perspective. This gives me the opportunity to myself include some of the things that I've heard here and share it with the enlisted people and keep them re-energized about the future and basically the intent and the focus of the Guard for the next few years and even into the long-term future.
Members were able to attend breakout sessions and engage in discussions as peers.
It's an honor to be a part of this event. I especially like that our most senior leaders can come touch leaders at the state level. I think that's something that probably doesn't happen in regular Army, and something with the National Guard that is definitely advantageous for us as leaders.
Reporting from Dover, Delaware, I'm Sergeant John Iwasko.
Not only did the Senior Leaders Conference include guest speakers and networking between our Army and Air National Guard, it also included breakout sessions between the two services. Here is Staff Sergeant Nathan Bright with a story from the Air Guard breakout session.
Scores of Guardsmen, both officers and enlisted, of the Delaware National Guard are here at Dover Downs Hotel and Casino for the Delaware National Guard's Senior Leader Conference. Members packed into a large conference room for a general session in the morning.
It's important because Again, we want to create that shared vision and those shared objectives. And only by coming together can we do that.
During lunch, Brigadier General Timmons spoke to the Air Guard's company grade officers, mentoring them on a few points.
One, I want them to hopefully have the awareness of where to go for the information, the website, the Air National Guard website, and force development. I want them to have awareness that I work with their commanders to talk about them, and I want them to have a self-awareness of their strengths and weaknesses, and is there someplace that they can tweak so that they'll be a better officer and take care of our airmen, because that's the key to success. I want the officers to be taking care of the airmen and getting the mission done.
After lunch, Army and Air went their separate ways into breakout sessions. During the Air breakout, Colonel Feely gave both a 2013 year in review, but also a look forward. The new Inspector General team introduced the new Commander's Inspection System and took their oaths as IGs. The wing commander emphasized why the Senior Leader Conference is so beneficial.
Well, the biggest thing is so that everybody's operating from the same vantage point and the same reference point, so that everybody sees exactly where we are and is operating from the same origin of where we have to go to from today. And it is really the only opportunity that we have. And because of the size of Delaware, it's a great opportunity to operate to get everybody on. Everybody talks about the whisper down the lane where you have 10 people and you whisper it down, it comes out a completely different message. Well, this is a great opportunity to hear from our most senior leaders of what they think firsthand, so that there isn't any distortion in the message as it gets passed down the chain.
Drill weekend was busy for the 193rd Regional Training Institute. First, they received the Major General George K. Hastings Training Excellence Award. Then they recognized the camp honoree, Brigadier General Retired Don Devine. Any active, retired, or former members of the Guard can be nominated for the camp honoree. Selection is based on the individual's achievements, moral standards, and continued support of our Delaware National Guard. Soldiers in the 721st Troop Command saw a leadership change over the drill weekend. Colonel John Trunzo passed the guide on to Colonel Dave Fleming, symbolically relinquishing his command of the battalion. Colonel Fleming then passed the colors and control of the battalion to Lieutenant Colonel Michael Caraca. Congratulations to both of you. I know you'll do a great job in your new assignments. They were just as busy over at our Air National Guard. In December, the 166th Maintenance Group welcomed new leadership as Colonel Michael Castaldi assumed command.
The ceremony was held in the new maintenance hangar.
Michael's career is marked with continuous success. From VMI to the Corps of Engineers, through his aviation career, civil engineering, his last stint at the Pentagon, all are marked with continuous threads of excellence in all that he's done.
Colonel Castaldi returns to the 166th after a 2-year tour at the Pentagon. With this assumption of command, he has now held command in every group of the Delaware Air National Guard.
Good luck, Colonel Castaldi. I know you'll do a great job. Now take a look at this video of the 166 Security Forces providing training for a New Jersey unit.
It is hard to train new airmen on flightline operations when your base does not have aircraft. That's the case for these Security Forces airmen from the Naval Air Station Joint Reserve Base, Willow Grove.
Well, back in 2010, the 111th Fighter Wing shut down, so we had no aircraft there. And as we get ready to spin up personnel for deployment, we want to get some people to get some training, get some flight line training. So we talked to Delaware Air National Guard to bring personnel down to get familiarization with the flight line.
Computer-based training, or CBT, only goes so far.
So basically, I mean, you have your CBT that you do, but actually going out and actually seeing a hands-on training at a flight line makes a world of difference for the young guys who have never been out at one. So we're looking at them to get that experience from the security forces here down at Delaware National Guard.
Today we went over flight line driving, a little bit about restricted areas and how that would affect a deployed unit, how to respond to threats through a flight line, and basic flight line operations.
Reporting from the flight line at the Newcastle Air National Guard Base, I'm Staff Sergeant Nathan Bright.
Well, that's all the news we have for this month. Thank you for all you do for your community, our state, and our nation. May God bless you and those deployed in harm's way, and may He continue to bless our great United States of America.